It's Sanctum League 1 month in, and I want to tell you what I think about it while I open up a bunch of Emperor Luck cards and just kind of go through the league and where we're at. Over 30 days in, I have a lot to say, and I've done a lot. I apologize for not putting out enough videos, but going forward, I'm going to try to push out a few more over the next few weeks and see if I can get that a little bit better for you. All right, let me just jump right into the conversation and let's start opening up cards. So I'm going to just say right out the gate, I love 3.20. I think it's probably the best edition of Path of Exile that I've gotten to play since 2015. And I feel like a lot of people actually feel this way too, because if you look at league retention, it's the highest league retention we've ever seen, right? And I think overall it comes from a few different angles. One, having Arch Nemesis removed from the game just gives it its I don't know how to explain it, but the game just felt so much better. You didn't have such huge spikes in damage and defense from the other side. There was like 3.17 itself was okay. Where it got a little crazy was 3.18, right? Arch Nemesis just kind of took over, and a lot of people, they were not having it. So anyway, Arch Nemesis being gone is probably one of the best things of the game. And also, I think a lot of people would agree with this, but the new Atlas passives for all the different content, Legion and Breach and Blight and so many other things, I think they just feel great. The bossing nodes, maybe not so much. I feel like a lot of things that they said that they were removing from the tree and just putting naturally into like boss fights. I don't think that really comes through, and I could be wrong on that, but for me personally, I don't know. I think bossing probably needs a little bit of attention, but the league mechanic itself, so good. Sanctum is probably one of the best things that they've put in since, I don't know, maybe like Delve. It's just a nice roguelike feel. I don't personally do it. I don't really like that kind of thing, but I can recognize when good content shows up. Right, like not a lot of people like Heist, for example, but I still think it's one of the best, even though I rarely run it myself. We need good content that brings in people from I don't know, lots of different games and backgrounds and everything else. I think that's important. Another thing that I really like at 3.20 that I think is important is the new builds that have come out, right? Hex Blast Mines and so on. I'm seeing a lot of content creators out there and people that aren't. As well out there putting together some really cool things, right? We got a lot of uniques this round that are obviously chase items. I haven't even gotten to play with like Orias End or Nimbus or some of the other ones too. I haven't got a chance to play with them, but I know that they're build defining. I know that a lot of people out there are having fun with it. So I can't wait to try them. We're just a third through the league, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I also think that the curse changes that came through in the patch notes, I think they feel really good on bossing. I think finally curses are starting to get what they need, what they deserve. I love playing curse buy. I love playing occultist builds and even my elementalist builds. I try to fit in curses where I can. So, you know, seeing those changes really makes a big difference in my opinion. Another big change that I think was a huge benefit for the entire player base is having scarabs in the raw, like, you know, pool drop, you know. I have so many scarabs. I can constantly do content. I think it's plentiful. It's keeping the prices reasonable. So I'm really enjoying the new way of getting scarabs, and I still get a lot from Blight and everything else. So, I mean, there's plenty of sources out there for scarabs, but now just having them just naturally drop just feels so good. The other thing that I'm really liking is how much like crafting material that I'm getting. Like I have the most alterations and alks and all the other crafting currencies, scours, the whole gambit. So I've been crafting a lot of my gear and using harvest a little bit. I still feel like harvest is a little underwhelming and that there's still not like a huge solution for crafting at this point. Like, I really wish they would have tucked in like recombinators and maybe some of the other past ways that we crafted end items. And I just feel like it's really sad to see that not being part of the game. But, you know, maybe 3.21, maybe 3.22, if not PoE 2, will bring us something that we're not expecting. So I do feel like bossing, as far as loot drops go, I know some of the community talked about it not feeling great. I do hope that they come back and they go through that a little bit too. But overall, I think that we're in a pretty good spot. Anyway, there you have it. Those are some thoughts I have. I mean, clearly there's no way I could talk about all the different changes and how I felt about every little nuance in the game. It's a pretty big game to begin with, but I wanted to share some thoughts with you. I also wanted to just kind of open up some cards and show off what you can get with an Emperor's Luck. I don't know, think of it like a shitty Tujin, you know? I don't know, it's an opportunity. It does pay off once in a while, but yeah, I do hope you enjoyed that. And I will be trying to make more videos going forward. I apologize again for taking some time off. But anyway, until the next one, I appreciate you taking your time and checking this out, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, listen. My edible just kicked in.